Hey, this is Lorraine Watry, and this is my watercolor painting of water lilies. This is Demo 1, and please follow along. I am working on a painting that is a very detailed scene, lots of reflections in the water, and interesting colors in the background. And as you can see in the beginning, sorry for my shoulder and my hair getting in the way, the angle of the camera was a little off, so hopefully it will be better as it goes along for you, and if you can just make it through this part. So what I'm doing here is I have started on the background. I'm putting in a kind of a cream color, and then I used a sea sponge with a little bit of a gray mixture out of cobalt and permanent rose and just a touch of aureole yellow to gray it down for texture in that creamy color. And that was one of the things that drew me to this photograph that I took at the Denver Botanic Gardens. And I am right there using the sea sponge to dab on a little bit of that gray texture. So I'm not sure where that came from in the actual scene, what was reflecting into the water, but it made a very interesting background. And that's kind of something that I look for when I'm looking for a new and interesting water lily painting to work on. So I'm working on this area with by using plain water to start the um, area off, and then I come back with the creamy color. There's a lot of little sections that I can work. I don't have to work a large section all at once in this area. And I am trying to work across the back, kind of getting in some of those background features before I start working on the water lilies and the water lily pads. I have masked off certain areas, the water lilies, the edges, and some of the water lily pads. And after I've got some of this background water and reflections in, I will remove that masking to then paint in those areas. And for those of you that don't know, masking is a substance that you can paint onto the paper, and basically it blocks the paint from um, painting or from coloring that area so that it remains white. And then when you remove the masking, you can either paint that area or you can leave it white. And often the masking will leave a little bit of a hard edge or an unusual shaped edge, and it will look a little wrong. So I will go back and soften edges where the masking has been to make it be a part of the painting more, or sometimes I will paint around those edges and clean them up some. So I'm getting across the back here and continuing to do the cream and then using the sponge to put in that texture. A little bit more of a close-up for you. So you can see a little bit of that kind of a gray purpley texture, and there's a little bit of a kind of a peachy color in that background area also. And so I've put just a little bit of that into the cream color as well. And we're almost done. So if you will follow along, there are more parts to this painting, and I hope you will enjoy watching as I work this full sheet water lily painting. Thank you.